a lot has happened since I've been gone for this past week. I went on vacation, so apparently I chose the worst week to pick a vacation in the off season, but that's okay. Um, the main thing I want to talk about today, you'll get more videos later, but the main thing is the NBA released their schedule, and there are three specific weeks I want to talk about, or like special dates and stuff. So yeah, let's get into it. They released their schedule, I believe, on Thursday. I don't know when the opening day schedule was released, but it was happened while I was driving, so now I get to actually react to it. So Lakers versus Nuggets, that's always a good thing, because Lakers probably were their best matchup against the Nuggets that whole run, because every single game was close. I know it ended in a sweep, but you got to remember LeBron wasn't healthy. I'm not saying Lakers would have won if he was, but yeah, you just got to keep that in mind. And the Suns versus Warriors is a good matchup because obviously KD, he won all his championships with the Warriors, and he's trying to get his first without them still. And Chris Paul, he basically got blindsided with a trade from the Suns to the Wizards, and they gave him to the Warriors. And this is Chris Paul's best chance at a ring since 2021 and 2022. So, yeah, it's going to be good to see that matchup. It should have been a rivalry for 2022, I believe, but it wasn't, so whatever. And, yeah, then every other team plays the next day, which is kind of dumb. Celtics, Knicks, yeah, Gardens, and Victor Wembanyama's debut is against the Dallas Mavericks, so Luka and Kyrie. Now, you might need to pray for Wembanyama's legs and ankles if Kyrie gets him outside of the three-point line, so that's always fun to watch. Let's see. When do the Blazers play? To know when Scoot plays. His debut will be against Kawhi and Paul George, so that's good. That's great for him. And where are the Rockets? New Look Rockets. They play that day too against the Magic with Amen Thompson, I think. I forget which one's on the Pistons and which one's on the Rockets, but yeah. Then we only got two games the next day. It's Sixers and Bucks and Suns and Lakers. Suns and Lakers should be good, because we are finally, fingers crossed, knock on wood, we are finally going to get the first LeBron versus KD matchup since 2018. It's been years since we've seen them go at it, and hopefully just nothing bad happens so that they're both ready to play. Adam Silver's smart for that. And Sixers versus Bucks is always interesting to watch. And then you got Miami versus Boston, probably the best NBA rivalry for the past 12 years, starting with LeBron's Big Three Heat. So you got that. Then the Kings get their first national TV game of 6, plus an additional like 12 NBA TV games. So they're getting a lot more coverage. Kings vs. Warriors is always great. That series was, like, entertainment-wise and basketball-wise, it probably was the best series in the whole playoffs. Maybe the Celtics and Heat were better, but I'd pick this because every game besides, like, the last one was close, and there were more blowouts in other series, so yeah. And then he did some NBA TV games. Then it kind of just goes on from there, basically. Wait. Lakers and Kings play early, too. I didn't know that. That's cool. And basically all these teams this first week is going to be fun because most of these teams have a new look. I don't like how there's only 2 games on the third day of the season. That's pretty boring to me. But the next thing I want to talk about is the in-season tournament. We're going to get Group A with the Cavs, Pacers, Sixers, Pistons, and I believe just one group plays per day or something like that. But basically you get all the groups, which we'll go through in a bit, and they'll all play. And yeah, you get national TV games. They should be good. All these groups seem pretty even to me, except for one, which seems very, very easy for a certain team. And the first one we have, if this will load, Group A for the East is Sixers, Cavs, Hawks, and Pacers. So these two are the best two teams here, and Hawks and Pacers. I believe they're around the same level. So yeah, and it's only like they only play each other once, I believe. So anything could happen. Let's go to Group B. Oh yeah, keep that in mind. Anything can happen in this little tournament. Bucks, Knicks, Heat, and Wizards. All these teams except the Wizards should be good. So yeah, no question about that. I believe I'm just gonna assume Lillard's on the Heat by this point. So them in Milwaukee are probably gonna make it out. And we got, if Lillard isn't on the Heat, I can see the Knicks getting in. And the last group, Celtics, Nets, Raptors, and Bulls. Obviously, pretty easy for the Celtics, honestly, because you got three basically lottery teams. And where was I going? Oh yeah, let's move on to the West now. I think these ones are more close. So the West, you got bigger groups. Okay, that's kind of weird, but Grizzlies, Suns, Lakers, Jazz, and Trailblazers. You got three basically contenders. Jazz are like a fringe playoff team, and then you got a tank team. So yeah, Scoot, I guess, could just carry them. I guess that's always a possibility, but it likely isn't happening. But then you got the Nuggets, Clippers, Pelicans, and Mavericks, and you got the lottery Rockets. So in all of these, there's basically just four great teams and one bad team. The West is so stacked. So, but that's a topic for another video. And you get this 4-team one, which is the Kings, Warriors, Timberwolves, and Thunder. I believe all of these teams are going to make the playoffs. Well, if I had to pick one that wouldn't, I'd pick the Thunder or the Warriors. Yeah. So let's see. Basically, I'll just pick Kings and Warriors, make it out of this one. And then they basically go tournament style from there. So it's a pretty cool concept. I like it. I just want to see how it folds out. If it's not good this year, they probably won't do it again, but I think it'll be pretty cool. And it has a lot of good matchups. I like it. Enough of that. Let's talk about Christmas Day. We have on a Monday for some reason, but the first game, Bucks and Knicks. I'm going to keep it real. I don't know what the Knicks do to always stay on Christmas Day games. I don't understand it. Jalen Brunson is the only guy like most people like watching on that team, I think. Well, I'm speaking from like a casual perspective. Casuals don't like Julius Randle or they don't care about Josh Hart. So yeah. Warriors Nuggets. It's okay. I think the Nuggets could have got a better matchup than the Warriors. And you could have had like Warriors and Lakers and Celtics is pretty cool too, though. You could have had the Warriors play against someone else. I'm not gonna sit here and be biased and say, hey, you should have had Warriors and Kings. But I don't know. It seems a little odd that the defending champs are gonna play against like a team they didn't even play in the playoffs. Then you got Sixers and Heat, and I wish it'll be good. Jimmy Butler against the Sixers is always cool. I don't know. I guess you could have even had, if you wanted to hype up the fake rivalry, you could have even had Jokic versus Embiid and Heat and Celtics, although that's already pretty early on. Mavericks versus Suns, yeah. I like that. That team has a good rivalry going right now. I know the Mavs just missed the playoffs, but I think they're going to be pretty even heading into the season. This season is just good because there's no clear championship as it has been for like the past. Well, it's been that way since 2022, I think. I know in 2021 the Bucks ended up winning, but that's because. But we know if the Nets stayed healthy, they would have won. But anyways, last point I want to bring up is Rivals Week. It was fun last year. I liked all the games, and the Kings have won. I don't know why it's against the Hawks, but yeah. So I'll explain why each team's a rival here, I guess. Now, Spurs and Sixers. Yeah, that one beats me. I don't know about that one. And Hawks and Kings, that one also beats me. I don't know why they have that one. And let's see, Knicks and Nets, obviously, because they're in New York. Battle of LA. It's pretty washed now, but yeah. Thunder and Spurs. I guess you could say Chet versus Victor. I feel like those two are favorites to win Rookie of the Year. But I don't know. Obviously, Suns and Mavericks, that's a great one. Celtics and Heat, banger. Kings and Warriors, banger. Luka versus Trey is okay, I guess. Yeah, it'll do. Blazers versus Spurs. Now, at first I was confused, but then I remembered Scoot versus Victor. That's probably going to be a rivalry, so I think that's good. Was it the Heat and was it the Knicks? They played in the playoffs last year. It was close. Yeah, I guess that's enough. They had beef in like the 90s, but I don't think that applies here. Sixers and Nuggets, that's obviously Jokic and Embiid. And Lakers versus Warriors, Curry versus Braun to wrap it all up. Yeah, I don't know about this guy. But, pretty good rivals week, it seems. It was a lot of fun last year. So I'm excited to see that. And if you like this video and want more NBA news, hit the like and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time for there was a lot that happened, so yeah, I gotta catch up. Okay. So yeah, I'll be scrolling NBA Twitter basically to find out what happened since I've been gone. So yeah, see ya.